Morning, everybody. All right, so today, like Christina mentioned earlier, we're going to continue working on this wastegate right here, trying something a little different today. We don't have to yell. We got these cool little microphones. You can hear us really cool. It's awesome. We're still learning, so we're shooting from an iPhone. We got a little tripod set up. Some friends are saying we really need to get on the ball with documenting this build, and kind of there's not really much videos out on YouTube that maybe for doing fabrication and stuff, but as far as the vehicle in general, there's not very many videos on YouTube about it. So um, I figured, maybe there's other people out there doing the same builds as we are, and maybe they're probably fighting the same thing that we're going through, trying to find videos and stuff. But this is Christina and I's project we've been working on for just a little bit over a year now. It's a 1939 International Co. Many guys have seen it and heard about it and stuff, but today we're going to continue on with this turbo system. I need to get the other side done, and and then we'll continue working with it, I guess. But hopefully you guys could hear me pretty good. Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come over here on this tall work table we have, and I'm just going to tack the 290s on. It makes it easier to cut them in half. A lot of times I'll tack the 90s onto the end like that, and then don't mind the bald head either. It falls out from stress or something, I don't know. It does something. So this one will be for you. In a right glove.
Some gloves.
No, you know where it's at? It's right here.
Probably out there.
Oh. So we'll get these two guys tacked on here. I should be able to tack it and just hold it because I'm just butt welding this, so I shouldn't even need any wire. Let's see. Yep, she took. We'll flip it over. Oh, it didn't take. Oh, little son of a gun. It wanted to take. And I just pinch it shut like that. Close that little gap. Kind of an ugly tack there. But man, I shouldn't say it's ugly. I should say it adds character. It adds character, for sure. Probably people are going to give me heck for tacking this on a carbon table, but you know what? It's still going to roll. It's absolutely going to roll. It gives little marks on here. Man, those are racing marks. That's what I look at. All right. Last tack. Real quick tack. We took. Let me nuke it one more time. Oh, yeah. She took. Ready, set. Fire in the hole. Oh, son of a gun. There we go. Little nuke there. She took. Little nuke there. And she took. And now, so this is what I'm doing. There is a math to this, but what I'm doing is called like what you would call stove, I believe the stove pipe fitting or something like that. So I've got the 290s on the end of that pipe right there. This is just some 304L stainless, food grade stuff, sanitary pipes and stuff, all sourced. I sourced all this stuff from a company near us called Cole Industrial. Cool guys, a bunch of gearheads also. So when I come in there to buy what would be sanitary tubing going onto a race car, they tend to like that. So then they're always asking for pictures. they always hook me up with really good deals on scratch and dent stuff or drops that they're not going to use. They get a really good deal on their fittings. It helps to know some people in the car industry and, you know, build a relationship with these people. It works out better down the road. So now that this guy's like this, I very rarely will you see me throw a tape measure on everything. A lot of the stuff I do is just eyeball. Like when I do this 45-degree cut right here, I'm going to lay it out by a marker, and then I'm going to set it on my chop saw, and I'm going to lay it out on my chop saw and just eyeball it to some reference points that I would believe would be a 45, and roll with that. And then, like, I try to build everything off of a 45, 90-degree plenum, but you get these compound offsets where it changes the degree of everything. So if you had to do a math to this, I probably couldn't figure it out because I'm not a pipe fitter, but I can weld it up. I can do that all day. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to throw some earplugs in because this chop saw sucks. It's loud. So I'm going to throw some earplugs in. Don't mind the bald head. I'll throw my hat on because otherwise you guys are going to want to know my secrets and I can't tell you everything. So ready to chop some stuff up.
Let's do
I
it.
try to keep my cussing to a minimum. Normally I do a lot of cussing and stuff. Not because I need to or whatever. I just feel like it. But maybe no cussing today. PG. Keep it PG.
Yeah, we're gonna
All
try.
right. I like the microphone thing because I don't have to sit here and yell. This is great. This is great. So our okay, never mind. Our goal is to try to have this thing done by summertime. We're talking June, July. That's our goal. Now, is it achievable? Yeah, but it's a lot of work, man. Well, definitely a lot of work. That look pretty good. That's pretty dang close. Close enough for my house. Man, I drank a Red Bull this morning and it got me kind of wound up a little bit. I probably have to take some NyQuil to like counteract it or something. I don't know. Just kidding.
You're gonna be like I was last night.
I would, but I don't like licorice. All right. And always clamp your material and never just hold your hand like I'm doing. You're supposed to be smart and safe about everything, which as long as I got a good firm grip and I trust the cut, I feel in theory that it's safe. I'm going to roll with it. Watch yourself so you don't get
You're
chopped.
good.
Good. Right on through. So I'm using a carbon blade, which a lot of people will say I could probably get a better cut by switching to one of those metal cutting blades. And we actually have one right behind me hanging on the wall that we purchased. And it cuts steel. Excellent for cutting steel. We tried to do one cut with stainless and it ruined the blade. $80 blades. So we just still using our chop saw with our little cheap Harbor Freight blade on it. I think this one's from Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yeah.
It's a Diablo. Yeah, this one's from Lowe's. All right, I'm gonna make one more cut and then we're gonna get to work. Hopefully the microphone. Right. So there's now I've got my 45 and my 45 already tacked on to the existing pipe, so I'll just measure and then I'll make a cut over here, deburr all these edges. Then we got 2 more 45s, which they'll get used. I actually think we're going to be short on material. If we are, it's only going to be by like a few inches. But we'll know. We'll see. I'm just deburring this. Again, same thing. For the job, I always start with a brand new wheel and I use it for the job. That way I'm not taking this to any steel or any aluminum or anything like that, especially steel, because then it's going to mess up, it's going to taint, you know, it will contaminate all the weld. You'll start seeing rust on it down the road. So always use a brand new flap wheel and don't change it, or don't use it on steel. If you're working with stainless, don't cross contaminate this stuff. You'll ruin everything. It's just that easy. So keep that in mind. And I like to use a real soft workbench. It's primarily made of epidermis and some muscular tissue and stuff. Works good. So on wastegates, on when I'm doing wastegates, like when I make the cut, it gets, here, I'll show you, it gets a real nasty cut on that guy with all the burring. When I'm doing wastegates, I don't really need to deburr the inside of it. I could probably do away with it and just slam it and jam it and weld it. But I want to deburr it. So I'm going to spend the extra time and deburr the inside. Anything before the turbo, purge weld, deburr, because you don't want your turbo sucking up any of that stuff. So everything here, I won't purge weld. I won't purge weld this one. Call me a cheater. It is what it is. But I will purge anything before the turbo. That will all get purged. But let me continue, and then we'll talk about a little more things as we go. And yeah, every now and then I do nick my fingers, but everything grows back twice as strong. So well, I won't nick my fingers. I normally sand down my knuckles. So, I am wearing safety glasses and earplugs. So we are somewhat safe. I mean, nobody wants to get hurt. I don't want to get something in my eye. That's no fun. All right, one more. Almost done. Almost done. All right, he's all good. So now it's like stovepipe pitting time, basically. So I'm pretty sure that guy's going to run right along in there. So oh yeah. So let's see that guy. All right. So now that that's there, I'm going to make my first cut right there. I got to zero this thing back out again. Oh. it was a little bit cold this morning. We got here. It was kind of chilly for us Floridians. It's cold to us, and I don't do the cold at all. So we stopped by good old Wally World this morning and grabbed a couple shipping what do they call it? Moving blankets?
Moving blanket.
Yeah, moving blankets. So, oh, FYI, if anybody needs moving blankets, Walmart has them for $8 or something like that. Northern Tool, they're $13 right now. So you can get them at Walmart for a lot less than that. No offense to Northern Tool, but I just saw that today, that's all. Figured I would point it out if anybody needs moving blankets. But yeah, we hung up some moving blankets in front of the garage door. We've got some little torpedo heaters, got the propane heaters going. Gets to the point to where we'll have to take jackets off, so that's good. All right, I'm gonna make some noise, guys. Watch your ears. All right. So that one's all deburred. It's got some nice.
From the ground.
Yeah, I mean, damn it. Dang it. Sorry. That one just came out. I didn't mean to say it. It just happened.
It's
All right. So we'll climb in the bed of the truck. I know it doesn't look like a truck bed, but when the wood gets on here, it will look like a truck bed. So this is all going to be wood all in here, just to right in there. And then there's going to be, off the turbo, we're going to come off this turbo. I think we're going to build a box in this area right here and put a filter in this box, like a rain guard. That way we could drive this thing through the rain, not have to worry about running into any issues. We had that issue with the Cadillac. That's why the Cadillac is down right now. Not very many people know what's going on with the Cadillac, but we decided we were going to drive it and go out, and unfortunately, let's see, maybe I could do it like that.
Yeah, because then your plumb goes straight up.
Let me see that. Oh. I kind of like it. I'm trying to like make it look as even as possible. When I did these holes down there, they weren't perfect. Nothing is really perfect on here. Like I said, I don't use a tape measure hardly ever. Mostly everything is eyeballed. So at the end, something normally does come out a little off. And surprisingly, I don't have to make very many cuts where I've messed up and had to redo it. So I get quite lucky there. I guess it just kind of boils down to experience. You know, I've done enough exhaust systems and stuff that I kind of just see it. Like this, I've already built all of this in my head already. I see it and I try to explain it to everybody. But the best way to do it is just really bring the thing to life. So I got it fit where I want. I'm going to put 2 little reference points on here and just like that right there. And now I can take this over there. I'll unbolt this guy right here, throw that cap on there, and then we'll go tack that up. And then it's just the same thing, just little pieces, keep fitting it till we get this exactly how we want it. Now, I said it before, I probably still should do it. I should probably go ahead and weld this guy completely out. This would be a perfect project for you to weld.
Okay.
I can set the heat to where you could just floor it and just fuse this whole thing.
Okay.
Because it's all butt welded, it's all super tight, nice thick material.
Yeah,
You can just fuse this with no wire.
Okay.
And yeah, because I want you to start doing some of this TIG welding and stuff. You got the MIG welding down pretty good. You jump right in there and have no issues whatsoever with that. But we gotta get you down pat now. So yeah, just kind of hold that. Oh nope. So this can't be. Has to be in a comfortable. Let go a second. So just like that. There you go. It has to be like just perfect to slide out. I'm using like just temporary bolts because all the bolts that come with this are lock nuts. They're stainless, and the nut is crimped so it locks on. Well, the issue with stainless is they gall up, and once you use it, once you lock that sucker down, you better hope it's there, because chances are that bolt, even with never sees, everybody could say put never sees on it. You can, yeah, it's good, but it's still gonna gall up, and once it gets heat, creates friction, and that nut will start welding to the threads. It happens every time. I just did it yesterday, in fact, and so I said, let's go ahead, swap out this hardware. So we use all this temporary hardware. Again, this one, same thing, temporary hardware. Just to tighten it down, take it off, tighten it down, you know, for all the fit up. And then once everything is permanent, then we go ahead and install the permanent hardware, lock it all down, and she's good to go. So we're gonna take that one off. We'll take this one off. I'll tack weld this one, and then I wanna see you weld a bead. Whoops, uh-oh. Uh-oh, y'all see where that went? Anybody find it? I'll give you $5, whoever found that bolt. Ah. There we go. I owe her $5, I guess, or lunch or something. Maybe I'll talk her into buying me lunch, huh? That's yeah.
Got it.
She got lucky. She got to go see Jeff Dunham in concert yesterday. How cool was that?
It was pretty awesome.
Man. And I sat at the house all jealous and stuff. And she went and seen Jeff Dunham. He's got a new character out. What's his name?
Earl.
URL. Earl. I gotta go see this guy. He's coming back in October, you said, right? October?
Yeah, September, October.
Yeah.
He'll be back in Florida.
He's on my bucket list. I've seen Richard Brewer, Josh Blue, which he's got cerebral palsy. So he's got an arm that's really messed up, and it's cool dude, man. Awesome. You know, takes you know, the negative out of any situation and flips it around and turns it into positive. Anybody that could do that, man, that's you're doing the right thing, you know. Too much negativity in this world to be down all the time, you know. I don't know. Like, I deal with negativity, I deal with depression on a daily basis, you know. I've got a pretty rough story. So, but coming into this shop and working alongside of this great woman right here and building this stuff, man, this here is what, you know, helps cope with stuff. You know, find you a hobby or something. There's no way I could sit at my house all day long. I'd lose my mind, man. Absolutely. So I do stuff like this. We build race cars and stuff, or in this case, just a show truck. But I wanted to have some serious power, I guess you would say. I want it to move, man. What dude doesn't want his vehicle to haul butt, you know? I mean, that's what it's for. And then we're going to build it, and we're going to get it all tuned and everything, and then she's going to haul butt in it, and then I'm going to haul butt in it, and then I'm going to, you know, toot the big horn in it. Goo. Yeah, man. It's cool. It just takes time. Definitely has taken longer than we expected. It's also taken more money than we have expected. But
sure.
We were warned ahead of time that to expect for that to happen. So, all right, I'm going to take my hat off and show you guys my gorgeous hair. I'm growing it out for everybody. It's really coming in thick on the sides, though. Like I said, I can't tell you guys my trade secrets. So, when you get to be my age, you'll understand, right? That's what my dad always told me. And I could never understand. I understand now. All right. We're going to put a little micro tack. I think it might go.
Okay.
We'll find out. Oh, yeah, she went. That one was a little warmer on my fingers than the normal. That one was warm.
Got a hottie.
Yeah, that one was warm. All right, I just did I ran a little tack because I wanted to blow that hole. Another thing, I don't know if there's very many people that TIG weld or anything. I should probably set the camera up over here. So one thing with TIG welding, if you're getting new into TIG welding, you can get away. You don't have to have a Miller machine or nothing like that. I run an Eastwood 200 TIG. I bought it from Eastwood like 3 years ago. I think it was 750 bucks. Came with everything you need, but I just needed a unit. I don't need the regulator, their little tiny gas hose. I don't need that. I have all my own stuff. I just needed the rig, the setup, you know, the unit. I bought the unit. I ran it with some steel for a little while, and then I flipped it over to AC, high freak, and I started running some aluminum, and I flipped it back to stainless to run some stainless, and she would not weld. She wouldn't weld stainless. She wouldn't weld aluminum when I switched it back over. It was like something broke in it, and I just bought the machine. So I called Eastwood. I said, man, what's the deal with this machine? I said, I just bought this from you guys, and I set it up, and it's broke. And I don't even think I had a chance to finish explaining myself when they already sent me an email that a brand new unit was on its way. No questions asked, no nothing. And they sent me the unit, and the only thing they said is, we trust you. Just please return the old unit. And I said, I don't have a box for it. They said, no problem, fam. We got you. They sent me a whole new box, told me there's a box waiting for me at the UPS store. Went down to UPS. They're like, oh, there's the welder right there. They took it, packaged it up. It was so easy. And knock on wood, if I got some around here, this thing has done its job through and through. It's paid itself off over and over again. And then I've had to change it out. So when you're welding, you want a nice flexible rig, something that you can flex it. You can throw it over your shoulder. You want that flexibleness. All the other ones, a lot of these are stiff. If it's stiff, don't get it. You want something flexed. There's a company that makes one. It's called Mamba. That's a really nice rig too, but you don't need it. It's the Mamba. It's not cheap, and this does just fine. Then when this blows up, buy a Mamba, and then that's going to blow up too, because if it's getting used, it's going to get damaged. It's going to get burned, stepped on, cut, ran over, you name it. Accidents happen. It's going to happen, man. But most importantly, this rig right here, this torch, the rig, on a MIG, it's called a gun, whatever. This guy right here, you want this sucker to be a flex tip, just like that. You want that tip to be able to flex anywhere you want it. You could even weld your finger if you wanted. I don't do it, but you can. That is important. Get the flex. This one is a number 9 torch, and then I run a number 8 cup. I use just a ceramic cup on aluminum. When I'm doing stainless, I use a FUPA number 12 ceramic cup as well, only when doing stainless. It just gets better gas coverage, makes for a nicer weld. And also, I am by far like the best welder or anything like that. I can't find anytime I lay a weld down and I think it looks okay, when I try to take a picture of it, every single time that weld looks like crap to me. It's like, God, I can't even find a good photo to take, you know, but everybody says they look good and all that. But to me, in my opinion, I don't know if it happens to everybody else, but I can't ever weld a perfect weld in my mind, you know. Maybe it's because I'll never be good enough, or I'll never, you know, I'm always going to be trying to learn and grow and get better and better. Welding, people say some people say it's hard. Some people say it's easy. Yeah, it is kind of easy to weld 2 pieces of steel together and all that, but there is an art to it, you know. There's a lot. If anybody could sit there and say they could weld, oh, I'm self-taught, I'm a weld, that's cool. Take you a 6G weld test, man, with a TIG root and a TIG hot pass 7018 cap all the way out, and pass an X-ray weld. That's when you're going to understand there's 2 different sides to a welder. You know, people were like, oh, welding's easy, man. You just press the button and go. There's an art to it, man. When you're working in the real world and you got to pass welds to get employment, then you're gonna understand there's more to the story, you know. So I'm gonna set Christina up. I'm gonna pause this video for a minute. Hopefully all the audio is recording, and I'm gonna pause it, set her up with a TIG welder over here, and probably reset the camera up and get her welding some of this stuff. And we'll see you guys in a bit. This shouldn't be too bad for a first video, I don't think so. But you gotta see my head one more time. Okay. Woo!